Amanda's words land like a palm across my cheekbone. The best gift would be if you disappeared from our family. The wedding dress hangs behind her like a patient ghost. Michael stands by the island, arms crossed. You want me gone, I say. Amanda gives that pageant smile. White, bright, hollow. Just for the weekend, she says. Then, almost bored, permanently would be better. Michael clears his throat. Mom, this is a special weekend. Your negativity is my negativity? I tapped the vase of peonies. I arranged flowers. I boxed favors. I only said we didn't need swan ice. Hotel, your sister's. Anywhere that isn't here, Amanda says. This is my son's house, I say. It's more Amanda's now, Michael murmurs. She's handled finances, improvements. You just gave us some money once. Some money once? $87,000 and a Victorian life reduced to a shrug? Inside, something doesn't break. It clicks. I should go. Amanda blinks, disappointed there won't be a scene. Michael exhales. We can talk after the honeymoon, once things settle down. I climb to the guest room I'm not allowed to call mine. Clothes into a suitcase, voices below already repurpose me. Yoga studio, Amanda says. Office, Michael says. I pause at Robert's photograph. Don't worry, I'm not going down without a fight. Exterior, driveway, night. I sit behind the wheel, the house glowing in my mirrors, and call Margaret. Dorothy? Saturday night? Everything all right? They told me to disappear, I say. I need the house documents, all of them. Keys clatter. I tell her, kitchen, ghost dress, permanent like the time. I've been worried. They treat your investment like a gift. It isn't. What is it then? You don't remember the extra documents after you mentioned Amanda's spending. The $87,000 wasn't a gift. It's a loan. Your name's on the deed. You're co-owner. 35%. In the window, Amanda twirls the veil for a phone camera. Michael opens champagne. Are you serious? Dead serious. Amanda never returned acknowledgments. You didn't push. But the mortgage lists you. The deed shows your share. Hypothetically, if I sell my share, you can force a sale. They get first refusal. If they can't buy you out, the house goes on the market and proceeds split. Prepare a notice of intent to sell, first thing Monday. Are you sure? I've never been sure. I hang up and dial the country club. Sunset Gardens, this is Jessica. Dorothy Mitchell, tomorrow's reception, I'm canceling. A rustle. Ma'am, it's under 24 hours. Food is prepped, staff scheduled. The contract is in my name and on my card. I'll cover cancellation fees. Understood, Mrs. Mitchell. Interior, Hampton Inn, later, I eat a cheeseburger. At 11:47 p.m., the phone detonates. What did you do? Amanda shrieked. I honored your request. I said you wanted me gone. I went. The club called. You canceled our reception. 200 people expect dinner. Michael barges onto the line. Mom, you can't cancel a wedding because you're upset about sleeping arrangements. I didn't cancel your wedding. You can still get married. I canceled the reception I was paying for. $14,000. Silence. 14? Amanda breathed. Do you think any of it was free? Do you think money appears because you want a fairy tale? We can't tell people there's no reception, Michael says. You're resourceful adults. I hear McDonald's caters. How could you do this to us? We trusted you. You told me to disappear. I'm complying. I didn't mean permanently, Amanda wailed. So when you said permanently, you meant temporarily? My mistake. Mom, please, let's talk like adults. Adults don't evict their benefactor the night before the wedding. Adults look at budgets. Do you know your monthly expenses versus income? I've been supplementing your lifestyle. Groceries, utilities, tires, insurance. Allowances can be discontinued at any time. What do you want? Michael asked. I want exactly what you offered, my disappearance, and I'm taking my 35% with me. The line goes quiet. Interior, hotel, morning, room service coffee. 37 missed calls, 41 texts. At 9, a knock. Through the peephole, Michael in a wrinkled tuxedo shirt. I open the door, leave the chain on. Shouldn't you be getting ready? He pushes in. I let him. Amanda's locked in the bathroom. Her mother's threatening to fly home. Everything's collapsing. His voice cracks. Mom, you destroyed our wedding. No, I say. I removed my financial support. There's a difference. He pushes in. Over what? A misunderstanding? Sit, I say. He obeys. This isn't about a bed. It's about respect and gratitude. The way you've turned me into an ATM with a pulse. That's not fair. In the last year, I've given you $37,000 in emergencies. Add the $87,000 for the down payment, $124,000. When were you planning to pay any of it back? The hotel phone rings. I answer. Mrs. Mitchell, Jessica from Sunset Gardens. The bride's mother wants to reinstate the reception at her expense, if you approve. That's generous. But no. Keep the cancellation. Send the final bill here. Amanda's mother was willing to write a $14,000 apology. Too bad her daughter couldn't manage a sentence. What happens now? Now we act like owners. I'm co-owner of your house. Margaret delivers notice Monday. You can buy me out at market value, or we sell and split. We can't afford that. I know. That's why this lesson will stick. He leaves carrying the weight of a ceremony that just met consequence. I lock the door and breathe. Outside, morning light slides across the parking lot, pale and indifferent. Somewhere across town, a DJ checks a playlist, a florist ties ribbon, a caterer unwraps silver, and in a quiet kitchen, a dress still waits, patient and useless. The silence after Michael leaves feels thick, almost alive. My phone buzzes again, Amanda's name flashing across the screen. I don't answer. The room smells of stale fries and soap, like freedom with a hint of guilt. Another voicemail drops in. Her voice is hoarse from crying. Dorothy, please, you can't do this. We'll look ridiculous. Everyone will know. I didn't mean it when I said that. Please, just fix this. I set the phone face down. For once, their panic isn't mine to absorb. I sit in my car, coffee cup in hand, watching the world shuffle awake. Couples with suitcases, kids dragging blankets, a man in a baseball cap walking a dog. Normal lives. Uncomplicated. I dial Margaret again. Dorothy, she answers, voice clipped but steady. I've drafted the notice of intent to sell. Courier will deliver first thing Monday. Good. Let's make it official. Her pause stretches. They're going to fight back. Amanda especially. She has no idea how exposed they are. They told me to disappear. I'll disappear, with my share intact. The phone rings at 11:47 p.m. again. Michael this time. I let it go to voicemail. His voice shakes, threaded with desperation. Mom, please, we'll lose everything. Amanda's breaking down. This isn't you. You're not cruel. Call me back. I mute the phone. I fall asleep to the hum of the AC, wrapped in the first peaceful mate I've had in months. I arrive late morning, parking across the street, sunglasses shielding me. A cluster of reporters mills near the entrance. Amanda, in her dress, sits on the steps, mascara streaking down her face like melted paint. Her mother hovers nearby, furious but quiet. Guests wander awkwardly in gowns and tuxes, clutching purses and champagne flutes with nowhere to go. Cameras click. Murmurs ripple. No reception. Bride hysterical. Money gone. I sit in my car, watching the chaos I didn't create, but refused to prevent. A cold, calm satisfaction spreads in my chest. I eat a Caesar salad at a corner table. The news plays on the mounted TV. Wedding disaster at Sunset Gardens. Reception canceled less than 24 hours before. They don't name names, but Amanda's veil is unmistakable. Excuse me? A voice interrupts. I look up. A woman in her 60s, silver hair sculpted neatly, eyes sharp and tired. I'm sorry, she says. You're Dorothy Mitchell, aren't you? Yes. She extends a hand. Barbara Howarth, Amanda's mother. I study her. Perfect nails, pearls, composure born from decades of damage control. She sits without asking. I want to thank you, she says. For what? For showing me who Amanda really is. The words are measured, deliberate. I've worried for years, her entitlement, the way she treats people. I hoped marriage would temper her. Clearly, I was wrong. She stirs sugar into her coffee, hands steady. I offered to cover the reception, not to save Amanda, but to save face for 200 guests. You were right to refuse. You think so? Actions have consequences. Amanda's never faced any, until now. She leans closer. She called me hysterical about the house, demanding I give them money to buy out your share. I told her no. If she wants a home, she should respect the co-owner. For a moment, I see Robert's steadiness in her eyes, a parent who's finally stopped cushioning the fall. What's your plan, Dorothy? Barbara asks. Force the sale? Hold on to your stake? Walk away. I sip my water, let the question linger. I haven't decided. Then let me give you advice. Barbara's tone sharpens. Don't rescue them. Don't cushion it. Let them drown in the life they built. Amanda will never change if she's saved again. She slides a card across the table. If you ever need to talk to someone who knows what it's like to love an ungrateful child, call me. I stare at Barbara's card on the nightstand. The phone buzzes with 16 more missed calls. Then, private number. I answer. This is Detective Rodriguez with Virginia Beach Police. We received a report about potential elder financial abuse. The caller claims you're being exploited by family and may be experiencing cognitive decline. My blood ices. They reported me? We're required to follow up. Would you be available tomorrow morning? Yes, I say, my voice low but firm. And detective, I have a lot to tell you about financial abuse, just not the kind my family described. I hang up and stare into the mirror. For the first time in years, my reflection smiles back, sharp, deliberate, unafraid. Detective Rodriguez is younger than I expected. Sharp suit, patient eyes. He gestures to a chair. Mrs. Mitchell, thank you for coming. I understand this must be upsetting. I drop a folder thick with papers on his desk. Not upsetting, clarifying. Inside, bank statements, checks, wire transfers. Over $124,000 funneled into Michael and Amanda's life in 3 years. He flips through. His brow furrows. This is substantial. Grocery bills, car repairs, insurance premiums, emergencies. All me. And when I finally said enough, they called you. I play Amanda's voicemail on speaker. Dorothy, this is insane behavior. We're worried about you. Michael thinks you're having some kind of breakdown. He listens, pen scratching. Any history of cognitive issues? None. I handle my own finances, drive myself, live independently. The only decline here is their bank account without my money. I slide the deed across. I'm co-owner of their house, 35%, legal and binding. I've retained counsel. Everything I've done is within my rights. He studies me for a long moment, then nods. I'll close this case as unfounded, but I'll also note the documentation of financial abuse by them, not you. For the first time since Robert's death, I feel truly protected. My phone rings. Michael. They said they're not pursuing the welfare check, he says, voice flat. That's because I'm not the one being exploited, I reply. What's that supposed to mean? It means you and Amanda drained me for years and called it love. It means you trained me to believe my only value was money. That ends now. Pause. Where do you want to meet? Margaret's office tomorrow at 2. Bring Amanda. Bring a realistic plan for the house. Mom, please. You have 24 hours. And I hang up. I sit at the desk, lamp casting yellow across Barbara's card. The hum of the highway seeps through the window. Amanda once said, the best gift I could give was to disappear. They're about to learn what disappearance really looks like. Dark wood, leather chairs, walls lined with law books that smell like dust and judgment. I sit at one end of the long conference table, Margaret beside me with her files. The door swings open 15 minutes late. Michael and Amanda shuffle in. He looks hollowed out, eyes red rims. Amanda's mascara has surrendered. Her hair is brushed, but lifeless, her once perfect polish gone. Amanda forces a brittle smile. Dorothy, I owe you a huge apology. I lean back, hands folded. I'm listening. I was stressed. I didn't mean what I said in the kitchen. Good, I say evenly. That's a start. Her surprise is visible. She expected absolution, not acknowledgement. Margaret spreads papers across the table. Let's be clear. Dorothy provided $87,000 for the down payment. The mortgage lists her as co-borrower. The deed confirms 35% ownership. Michael studies the documents as if sheer will might rearrange them. We had no idea. You would have, Margaret says, if Amanda had signed the acknowledgement forms I sent 3 times. Amanda lowers her eyes. I was busy with wedding planning. For 3 years? Margaret's voice is scalpel sharp. Silence stretches. I let it. The question now is how we move forward. I have a proposal. Both lean forward. Hope flickers. Option 1. You buy out my 35% at current market value, $105,000. Amanda's face drains of color. We don't have that kind of money. Option 2. We sell the house. Split proceeds by percentage. You walk away with $175,000, give or take. Michael's head drops into his hands. We'd have to move. Yes, I say, into something you can actually afford. Amanda's voice sharpens with desperation. What about option 3? There is no option 3. Margaret calculates aloud. After fees, Dorothy's share would net about $95,000. You'd had enough for a smaller house or rental. That's not enough for anything decent, Amanda mutters. It's enough for reality. Welcome to it. Hallway, moments later. They step outside to whisper. Margaret and I remain. You're firm, she says. Almost approving. More than I've ever seen you. Maybe I finally understand what Robert meant when he said, love without boundaries isn't love at all. Int confusion room, continuous. They return. Michael speaks first. Could we arrange a payment plan? Monthly installments until your share is covered? At what interest? What collateral? I ask. You owe me $37,000 in emergencies, still unpaid. Amanda breaks. Tears spill. This is going to destroy our lives. No, Amanda, it's going to finally make you live within them. But our credit, our reputation. I almost laugh. Your credit is already ruined. Your reputation is what you built. Entitled, reckless, ungrateful. Margaret clears her throat. Legally, Dorothy can force a sale. Offering options is generous. How long do we have? Michael asks. 30 days, enough to explore financing, no extensions. Amanda grabs my arm as we stand. Her grip is cold, desperate. Dorothy, we're family. Doesn't that count for something? Family should count for something, I say, pulling free. That's the point. Knock at the door. I open it to Barbara Haworth, Amanda's mother, holding a bottle of Merlot. I hope you don't mind, she says. Margaret gave me your address. I let her in. She sits gracefully, the kind of woman who's been to too many luncheons. I came to check on the kids and to talk to you.
How are they? Terrible. Amanda's unraveling. Michael's chasing loans. They fight constantly. She sighs. But I didn't come to plead. I came to tell you about her father. She tells me of Richard spoiling Amanda from birth. Every tantrum rewarded. Every consequence softened. When she totaled her car at 16, drunk, he hired a lawyer and buried it. She never learned. And now, well, here we are. She pulls a check from her purse, $25,000. Amanda begged me to give you this, a good faith payment, from her inheritance. I stare, but don't touch. And you? She sighs. I told her no. Enabling is why she's like this. I tore the check in half. She does it then and there, paper ripping like a final chord. Dorothy, whatever you decide, you have my support, even if they lose everything. She leaves me with the faint smell of Chanel and the weight of shared motherhood. Stacks of paper, calculators, tension. Michael and Amanda spread their finances across the table like autopsy organs. I scan receipts. $400 a month on restaurants. Amanda bristles. We both work long hours. Sometimes we're too tired to cook. You don't work, I remind her. Michael does. $300 on clothes. I need to look professional. For what job? Her cheeks flush. $200 on premium cable. $150 for a gym you use twice a month. $800 in credit card minimums for vacations and handbags. Michael mutters, "It looks bad." It looks like you're living a $12,000 lifestyle on $8,000 income. The math never worked. I made up the difference. Amanda leans forward. But with a home equity loan, you'd be borrowing against the house to pay off credit cards. What happens when you max them again? Her voice cracks. We won't. We've learned. Have you? Because I don't see change here. Just excuses. Michael meets my eyes. What would convince you we're serious? Finally, the right question. A budget that reflects reality. Cooking at home. Canceling luxuries. Amanda working. Amanda gasps. A job? Yes. You're 39, college educated. There's no reason you can't contribute. Michael makes good money. Not good enough. Not without me. Margaret folds her hands. Dorothy, your proposal? My offer, I'll let you buy my share for $75,000 instead of $105, but conditions apply. Hope sparks. 1. Amanda gets a job within 60 days, keeps it for 2 years. 2. Sell one of your cars. Use the money to kill debt. 3. Stick to a budget. No restaurants, no shopping sprees, no new debt for 2 years. You'll check in monthly with Margaret. If you break terms, the full amount comes due. Amanda looks stricken. That's prison. No, I say. That's adulthood. They whisper outside. When they return, Michael says, "We accept." All of it? Amanda nods, as if swallowing glass. Margaret drafts the agreement. You'll need to notarize, file with the county. They sign, hands trembling. I watch ink dry. Victory doesn't taste sweet. It tastes like medicine, bitter but necessary. I pour myself tea. For the first time, I feel Robert near, whispering that sometimes love means saying no. Amanda once demanded I disappear. Now her survival depends on the terms of my presence. Interior senior apartment, 6 months later, morning. Sunlight slides across my kitchen table. The new apartment smells faintly of lavender from the sachets my neighbor left me. A modest 2-bedroom, clean lines, walking trails outside. Peaceful. The phone rings. I answer. Dorothy? Amanda's voice. Tentative. Different. Yes? I got promoted. Office manager at the dental clinic. I just wanted to tell you. Her laugh breaks through. Small but real. I never knew I was good at organizing things. You always were, I say softly. You just never had to use it before. A pause. She exhales. Dorothy, I owe you a real apology, not the one I gave in Margaret's office. I mean it this time. I'm listening. I was horrible to you. I treated you like an ATM, like you didn't matter. I told myself you were dramatic, but truth is, I was entitled and cruel. For a moment, my throat closes. The words I've begged to hear for years now stand between us. What changed your mind? Working, earning money, realizing how hard it is to save even $50. Knowing what you sacrificed for us, it opened my eyes. I look at the framed photo of Robert on my new shelf. And Michael? He's trying. He still thinks you were harsh, but he admits we needed to change. We're talking more now. Cooking at home, taking walks instead of shopping. It feels healthier. That's good. She clears her throat. Would you maybe come to dinner? Nothing fancy, just spaghetti. No talk about money. The old me would have said yes immediately. The new me weighs her words. Lunch first. In public. Baby steps. Amanda exhales relief. Of course. Whatever you're comfortable with. Exterior senior garden group. Afternoon. I join the gardening group. Soil cool beneath my nails. People laugh, swap recipes. A man named Frank jokes about my stubborn tomato plants. For the first time, I feel seen for myself, not my bank account. Interior hotel lobby. 2 weeks earlier. Flashback. Barbara met me with coffee. Heard about Amanda's promotion. She slipped me a note. Thank you for not bailing her out. Her eyes softened. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is let them fall. Sometimes love means saying no. Interior Margaret's office. 3 months earlier. We sat for the monthly budget check-in. Amanda spread pay stubs across the table. Michael showed bank statements. 2 months of cooking at home. Canceled streaming services, gym membership frozen. Margaret nodded. Debts down 15%. Progress. I leaned forward. And Amanda's job? She lifted her chin. Still there. I even got a raise. For the first time, pride flickered in her eyes instead of entitlement. Interior senior apartment. Night. My phone buzzes. A text from Amanda. Thinking of you. Hope you're okay. Simple. No request attached. Just thoughtfulness. My chest aches in the strangest, warmest way. Interior Michael and Amanda's house. Evening. Flashback. Boxes stacked. 1 car gone. Amanda cooking pasta, apron tied clumsily. Michael chopping vegetables. They laugh, real laughter, not fueled by champagne or entitlement. He glances at her. Maybe Mom was right. Amanda doesn't reply, but the silence is softer. Interior Senior Book Club. Afternoon. Frank leans over, whispering a joke during discussion. I laugh harder than I mean to. Afterward, he asks if I'd like to get lunch. At 68, the idea of starting something new feels reckless, but I say yes. Interior senior apartment. Night. I pour tea, glance at Barbara's old card still tucked in a drawer.
I think of her advice: don't cushion the fall. Amanda once told me the best gift I could give was to disappear. Instead, I gave her the chance to stand. And now, for the first time, she's walking on her own. Montage 6 months in review. Amanda, clocking in at the dental clinic, files under her arm. Michael comparing bills at the kitchen table, calculator in hand. Me planting tomatoes, laughing with neighbors. Amanda texting me a photo of homemade lasagna, dinner tonight, made it myself. Barbara in California, glass of wine in hand, smiling at my email update. Interior senior apartment, sunset. I sit at the window, watching the trail glow orange. Tomorrow I'll have lunch with Frank. For the first time in years, my worth isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in boundaries kept, lessons taught, a life finally mine again. I whisper to Robert's photo, I think you'd be proud. The sunset spills gold across my table, and for the first time in a long time, I believe it.
Interior senior apartment, morning. Coffee gurgles in the pot. The newspaper is folded neatly on my table. My phone buzzes with a message from Michael. Mom, we've paid down 40% of the debt. Amanda's job is steady. We're sticking to the budget. Can we meet? I sip my coffee slowly. Progress. Real progress. Interior cafe, afternoon. Amanda and Michael sit across from me in a modest diner. No makeup mask today, no flashy outfits. Amanda wears scrubs from the dental office, hair pulled back. Michael's suit is wrinkled, his tie crooked from long hours. Amanda speaks first. We've been following your conditions. Every month. We're learning. Michael adds, I even started cooking, can you believe it? A smile tugs at my lips. Barely. They chuckle, tentative, careful. For once, the air doesn't hum with expectation. Interior senior community hall, evening. I walk into bingo night and heads turn. Frank waves me over. We sit together, and for the first time, I feel light enough to let someone new into my orbit. Between games, he asks about my past. I tell him pieces. The Victorian house, Robert's steady hands, the betrayal that nearly unmade me. He doesn't flinch. He just listens. Interior, Michael and Amanda's house, night. Amanda sets the table. It's simple. Spaghetti, garlic bread, salad. No crystal, no theatrics. She looks at Michael. I'm nervous. About Mom? She deserves better than what we gave her. Michael squeezes her hand. Then let's keep proving we're different. Interior, senior apartment, next day. Amanda's voice trembles over the phone. Dorothy, dinner tomorrow? Please? Just us. No strings. I hesitate. Then, all right, I'll come. Her sigh of relief almost breaks something in me. Exterior, Michael and Amanda's house, night. The porch light glows softer than I remember. No grand displays, just a home trying to earn its place. Amanda greets me at the door, apron dusted with flour. Welcome back. Inside, the dining room smells of roasted tomatoes and basil. Michael pours water, not wine. Amanda serves spaghetti with shaky hands. It's not perfect. I twirl a forkful, taste. It's good. Her shoulders sag in relief. Dinner table, continuous. Michael clears his throat. Mom, I owe you an apology too. I let Amanda's words stand that night. I didn't defend you. I was a coward. I thought keeping peace was easier than standing up, but peace at your expense wasn't peace at all. I see that now. Amanda nods, tears brimming. We're grateful. For everything. And we're sorry. The words crack me open. For years, I begged silently for acknowledgement. Tonight, they offer it freely. I set my fork down. Thank you. That's all I ever needed. Interior, senior community, days later. Frank and I walk the trail. The air smells of pine. He slips his hand into mine, warm and steady. You've been through hell. he says. I let myself, but I won't again. He smiles. That's strength. Interior, Margaret's office, monthly check-in. Amanda hands over her pay stubs. Michael presents bank statements. Debt dropping, savings inching upward. Margaret nods. They're keeping to the agreement. 2 more months and you can finalize the reduced buyout. Amanda looks at me, eyes steady. Thank you for believing we could change, even when we didn't deserve it. Interior senior apartment night. I write in my journal, respect, gratitude, boundaries. 3 words that rebuilt my life. My phone buzzes with a text from Amanda. We love you. Not your money, you. I close my eyes. For the first time, I believe her. Montage over several weeks. Amanda in her office organizing files, delegating tasks with confidence. Michael fixing a leaky faucet instead of hiring help. Me laughing at Frank's terrible jokes at the community center. Dinner nights simple and warm with no talk of money. Interior senior apartment sunset. I sit by the window, tea in hand. Amanda's words echo in memory. The best gift would be if you disappeared. And now the gift I gave them was presence with boundaries, a life they couldn't exploit, but could learn from. The sunset burns orange. Robert's photo glows in the light. We made it. Interior, senior apartment, morning. I wake to birdsong filtering through the window. The quiet feels earned, not empty. My phone lights up with a message from Margaret. Final review today. Are you ready? I am. Interior Margaret's office, afternoon. We gather again around the same table that once held threats and tears. Now it holds possibility. Amanda wears a neat blazer, her work ID clipped to the pocket. Michael looks tired but steadier. Margaret arranges papers in precise stacks. Dorothy, she begins. They've fulfilled the conditions. Amanda has maintained employment, debt reduced, budget followed, 2 cars downsized to 1. By agreement, the buyout is set at $75,000. Michael pushes a cashier's check across the table. Amanda's hand rests over his, steadying him. It's all here, she says. Every cent. I studied the slip of paper. For months, I doubted this moment would ever come. Congratulations. You've done what I thought impossible. Amanda's eyes glisten. Only because you forced us to. No, I correct softly, because you chose to. Interior senior apartment, night. I place the check in a folder labeled Retirement Security. For the first time, my future feels solid. My life is mine again. Interior, Michael and Amanda's house. Dinner. The house feels different. Not grander, smaller somehow. Lived in. The yoga studio fantasy never materialized. The office is practical, not lavish. Amanda serves roast chicken. Michael pours iced tea. We've started saving, Amanda says proudly, even if it's just a little each month. That's how it starts, I reply. Michael glances at me. Mom, thank you for teaching us the hard way. I smile, tired, but warm. Hard lessons are the ones that last. Interior senior community, day. Frank and I sit at the garden bench, watching neighbors tend roses. You seem lighter, he says. I am, I admit, for the first time in years. He takes my hand. Then maybe it's time to start living for yourself. Interior cafe, afternoon. Amanda joins me for lunch. No entourage, no makeup mask, just her, a salad and earnest eyes. I wanted to tell you, she says, I've been promoted again, managing the whole clinic now. That's wonderful, I say, meaning it. She hesitates. Do you forgive me? Forgiveness, a word heavy with history. I don't forget, I answer. But yes, I forgive. Because you changed. Tears well. She reaches across the table. Thank you. Interior Senior Book Club. Evening. Laughter bubbles as Frank reads aloud a passage, dramatic and ridiculous. People clap. I feel myself laugh from somewhere deep, unburdened. This is what life tastes like without chains. Interior, Michael and Amanda's house. Later. Amanda tucks a receipt into a folder marked budget. Michael kisses her cheek. We did it, he says. She nods. Because she finally stopped saving us. Interior, senior apartment. Night. I pour tea, stare at Robert's photo. You'd be proud of them, I whisper. Prouder of me. For years, I confused generosity with love, but love without boundaries is surrender. I've learned to keep both. Montage. Moving forward. Amanda running staff meetings, voice steady, coworkers listening. Michael fixing a leaky pipe, sweat on his brow, pride on his face. Me dancing with Frank at a community event, laughter spilling. Amanda texting me photos of her garden, Michael calling just to say hello. No request attached. Interior senior apartment, sunset. I write my final journal entry about the ordeal. They once told me the best gift I could give was to disappear. Instead, I gave them the chance to stand. They stumbled, they fell, but they stood. And I stood too. Stronger, wiser, free.